China, Judge 5, Cuba.
So in the red corner is 23-year-old Dovlet YSLAMOV of Turkmenistan. His opponent is Khali BYEKNUR of Mongolia, 30 years of age, in this an all-Asian continental affair.
Round 1.
So we're in the super heavyweight division, and it's the contest between boxers from Turkmenistan and Mongolia. The boxer wearing red is Dovlet YSLAMOV, part of a full-size, 13-strong Turkmenistan boxing team. And he brings to the ring terrific athleticism. And this is his first appearance at an IBA Senior World Boxing Championships. He was added to the national team after beating more experienced team members this year. And he competed in the multi-nations Nurmagomedov tournament in Kazakhstan earlier this year. His opponent, wearing blue, is 30-year-old Khali BYEKNUR of Mongolia. Mongolia bringing 6 men to this edition of the IBA World Boxing Championships. Looking for the counter left hand, counter right hand on the inside. Right hand success at just disrupting the boxing stance of BYEKNUR. Ringside at the Hongju Gymnasium a couple of years ago for the delayed Asian Games, which took place in 2023, and BYEKNUR competed in that Asiad, but he's been put on the end of hard right hands here, driven backwards towards the ropes as he seeks to fight fire with fire. YSLAMOV just perhaps getting the better of that coming together. He's finding himself pinned against the ropes. Is BYEKNUR. Oh, that's a pile-driving right cross landed by YSLAMOV. Taking it well is BYEKNUR. Hard-hitting opening round of action in this super heavyweight contest. Some of the action from the first round where it was YSLAMOV who just seemingly getting the better of the contest the more we got into it, backing up BYEKNUR and landing with some really strong right crosses. BYEKNUR in the contest, but I'm not sure he's done enough to win the contest. Or at least win the first round through the completed opening frame.
Seconds out.
And here's confirmation of a clean sweep of the cards for the man from Turkmenistan.
Round 2.
Another right hand success once again for Islamov. BYEKNUR trying to circle his man rather than be forced to give ground, but every time he stands in this type of territory, finds the right hand coming crashing through from the man in red. And the manner in which these guys are letting their hands go, particularly at mid-range, would be wholly surprising to see one of them produce a shot that can bring the contest to an end in a blink. And again, marauding his way forward. Here's Islamov. Rabbit punches being slung into the back of the head, and then right hooks catching BYEKNUR while he's pinned against the ropes. He was put into some distress by a rabbit punch to the rear of the head. Action wasn't halted, and now hard hooks being slung in by Islamov. It's a terrific portion of the round for him, but has BYEKNUR recovered from that hard rabbit punch that he took to the rear of his head? So, problems mounting here now because he's been docked a point for failing to keep his head up. So that will be taken into account at the end of the contest in the event that it goes to points. And that point deduction will be removed from the final points tally. So he's lost the first round unanimously. With 17 seconds remaining, he's losing this round for my money, and he's been docked a point as well for failing to keep his head up. The head's coming together on the inside there. So the second round in the book, and it was a torrid round endured by Khali BYEKNUR of Mongolia. Problems weren't helped by the rabbit punch he took when he was near the ropes, and that just invited more pressure from Islamov, who again was particularly accurate with that right hand. Took the first round unanimously, and one suspects it will be the same verdict returned here in the second.
Seconds out.
So their confirmation of a clean sweep of the cards for Dovlet Islamov. He leads 20 points to 18 for all 5 scoring judges, with 3 minutes of boxing remaining.
Round 3.
So into the third round we go. Dovlet Islamov used that shot, the right hand over the top, to terrific effect. This for Khali BYEKNUR. He was scheduled to compete in the edition of the World Championships in Tashkent 2 years ago, but never made it to the boxing ring, losing by walkover against Cemal Bosniak of Bosnia-Herzegovina. at the first preliminary round stage. He's trailing 20 points to 18 here. He's gamely willing his way forward. The cut has been opened around the left eye after the clash of heads. So his problems mounting by the second here as the heads come together forceful on the inside once again. And BYEKNUR trying to tell the referee through gesture and gesticulation that he's hitting me with his head here. Well, calling for the doctor, I saw when the clash of heads occurred and the referee has bumped his knuckles together, indicating that this cut has been caused by a clash of heads. In the event that this cut causes the bout to be stopped, we will go to the scorecards, and the mouthpiece has been dislodged from YSLAMOV, but in the event that the cut causes a stoppage, the 2 completed rounds will be scored. We've already seen those, and the portion of the third round that is being contested will also be scored, which would mean surely defeat for BYEKNUR of Mongolia. He's got to find a finishing shot here. He's trailing 20 points to 18 for all 5 judges, and there's a point deduction to be taken into account as well. Well, whatever BYEKNUR has tried to do, get physical on the inside, make it a close quarter brawl, YSLAMOV has matched and indeed raised him, and that is what he's doing here as he's swarming his way forward once again, letting leather fly and land where it may, swinging and missing as he's inaccurate during this portion of the round. The heads coming together on the inside once more, but BYEKNUR hasn't been able to find his range with any consistency here against this Tyro from Turkmenistan. He's let his hands go in swarming fashion when they find themselves in this type of territory. There was a good right hand landed by BYEKNUR. YSLAMOV barely blinked. Feeling the pace now, because it's been a physical encounter, this one, but that, seeing his man breathe through an open mouth, that encourages BYEKNUR to come forwards, and just look at how the heads are bouncing off one another on the inside. Well, one suspects that it's going to be the man in red going through, but he's got to employ a little bit of bout management here now. He won't want his head to be cut open by an accidental clash, but it's BYEKNUR who is ending the contest on the front foot, but gamely biting down and re-entering the fray to land the final shot of the bout. Here's Dovlet YSLAMOV. Well, both men gave absolutely everything in pursuit of victory in that super heavyweight contest, but I think it's going to be Dovlet YSLAMOV who declared a unanimous points decision victor. And remember, there is the point deduction to be taken into account as well, so we're probably going to see some wide margins when the final scores are projected. But it's the man from Turkmenistan who will progress through to the round of 16 in the super heavyweight division.
The winner of this bout, on points by unanimous decision, is the boxer in the red corner, representing Turkmenistan, Dovlet YSLAMOV.
So Dovlet YSLAMOV, a unanimous point decision victor. There you see the points deduction taken into account, so 3 scores of 10-9 plus the point deduction makes it 5 scores of 30-26, and Dovlet YSLAMOV through to the round of 16 in the super heavyweight division in the bottom of the draw. Some of the action from what was a really physical contest. Dovlet YSLAMOV never allowing Khali BYEKNUR to settle and get a foothold in the bout. Never stopped competing, but YSLAMOV a clear victor, as evidenced by the margin of the scores in his unanimous decision verdict.